Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. The graph of y equals to negative of x negative 2 times x positive 5 is shown in the xy plane above. What is the area of triangle STR? Okay, here we have to find the area of this triangle STR. Okay, when I consider the vertices of the triangle STR, so the two vertices S and R are being the x-intercepts of the parabola, because the parabola intersects x-axis at the points S and R, and the third vertex of the triangle T is being as the y-intercept of the parabola, because the parabola intersects y-axis at T. Okay, usually if I want to get the area of a triangle, I can use the formula 1/2 times base times height. Okay, for this triangle STR, we can consider this side SR as the base of the triangle, and this OT is being the height of the triangle, that is a vertical line segment. Okay, now to get the base, that is SR of the triangle, we have to find the two x-intercepts of the parabola. Okay, whenever I want to find the x-intercept of any curve, what I have to do is I have to plug in y equals to 0. Because at a point which represents the x-intercept, the y-coordinate will be 0. Okay, now to get the two x-intercepts S and R of the parabola, what I have to do is I have to plug in y equals to 0 into the equation of the parabola. Okay, now let me write the given equation of parabola as it is y equals to a negative of x negative 2 times x positive 5. Okay, now let me plug in y equals to 0 into this equation. Then I'm getting 0 equals to negative of x negative 2 times x positive 5 equals to 0. Okay, this negative sign is common for the entire stuff over here. Now to get out the negative sign, what we can do is we can multiply both sides of this equation by negative 1. That is negative 1 times 0 equals to negative 1 times a negative of x negative 2 times x positive 5. Okay, negative 1 times 0 is still 0, and here negative times negative will become positive. 1 times this stuff is the same, that is x negative 2 times x positive 5. Okay, here the product of two binomials equals to 0. Since the product of these two binomials equals to 0, either the first one has to be 0 or the second one has to be 0, or both of them may be 0. So we can write this one as x negative 2 equals to 0 or x positive 5 equals to 0. Okay, to solve for x in this one, I have to add 2 to both sides. When I add 2 to both sides, a negative 2 positive will cancel out. I'm getting x equals to 2. Now let me subtract 5 from both sides to solve for x in this equation. Then I'm getting x equals to negative 5. Here the positive value of 2 must be over here at the point R, because on the right side of the y-axis, if I consider any point on the x-axis, it will be positive. So here we have 2, and this negative value of x, that is negative 5, will have at the point S, that is the value on the x-axis over here has to be negative 5. Okay, now to get the length of SR, we have to measure the distance from negative 5 to 2. Okay, the distance from negative 5 to origin is clearly 5 units. Okay, when I mark the value on the x-axis, it's negative over here, but when I measure the distance, it has to be positive, because always the distance has to be positive. And from origin to this point R, we have to, because here the value on the x-axis is 2, so we have 2 units of distance. Okay, now to get the length of this line segment SR, we have to add this 5 and 2, so that is 7. So I got the base of this triangle, that is 7 units. Okay, now I have to get the height of the triangle, that is OT. For that, as I said earlier, we have to get the y coordinate of the point T. Okay, so if I want to get the y coordinate of the point T, so I have to plug in x equals to 0 into the equation of the parabola, because this point T represents the y-intercept of the parabola. So always the x coordinate at the y-intercept will be 0. Okay, now to get the y coordinate at the point T, let's plug in x equals to 0 into the equation of the parabola we have over here. Then I'm getting y equals to negative of 0 negative 2 times 0 positive 5. Then I'm getting y equals to negative of 0 negative 2 is negative 2, and 0 positive 5 is just 5. Then we get negative times negative is positive, 2 times 5 is 10. Okay, now I got the y coordinate at the point T, that is 10. So that is the value we have on the y-axis over here is 10. Okay, now what is the length of this OT? So here clearly this is origin. So the distance between the origin and the point T, where we have value 10 on the y-axis. So clearly it's 10 units. So that's the height of the triangle. Okay, so the height of the triangle is 10 units. Now we have both the base and height of the triangle. So base is 7, height is 10. Now let's get the area of the triangle STR. Let me write the stuff over here. Area of a triangle STR. So that is equal to, the formula is 1 over 2 times base times height. Okay, 1 over 2 times the base of the triangle is 7, the height of the triangle is 10. 2 goes into 2 1 times, and 2 goes into 10 5 times. Okay, now we have to multiply these three values. 1 times 7 is 7, 7 times 5 is 35. Therefore, the area of triangle STR is 35 square units.